globalist social engineers are not just targeting us with propaganda. They are manipulating our genetics. We are being targeted at every level by estrogen mimickers that lower our testosterone and other hormones and natural compounds that the body needs. After consulting top doctors, nutritionists, pharmacists, and others, we have developed what I believe is the ultimate non-GMO organic super male vitality formula sourced from powerful organic herbs and then concentrated for maximum potency. Super Male Vitality was developed to activate your body's own natural processes instead of using synthetic chemicals. Super Male Vitality by InfoWars Life is so powerful that I only take half the recommended dose. For a limited time, we are offering 15% off Super Male Vitality at InfoWarsLife.com to introduce you to this powerful supplement. Visit InfoWarsLife.com today to secure your Super Male Vitality. InfoWarsLife.com. Alex Jones here to tell you about how you can help spread liberty worldwide while also enjoying what I have found to be the best tasting 100% organic coffee on the planet. For more than a decade, my favorite coffee has come from the high mountains of southern Mexico, where the Chiapas farmers grow their unique shade-grown Arabica beans. We have now managed to secure these sought-after beans in a highly customized blend. Discover and try a bag of the Patriot Blend 100% organic coffee at InfoWarsLife.com. This coffee gives you a long, smooth pick-me-up for hours without the headaches and heartburn that so many other coffees give me personally. Hands down, this is my favorite coffee, and it's taken us years to secure connections directly to the Chiapas Mexican farmers. Drop by the site today, order a bag or two, and I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Available in original or with our immune support infusion blend. You will be supporting a free press, all the while enjoying a truly great-tasting cup of my favorite coffee. Available at InfoWarsLife.com.
Coast to coast, direct from Austin. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
We now take you live
to the Central Texas Command Center
in the heart of the resistance. You're listening to the Alex Jones Show.
A gun grab is something that nobody in this country wants.
Sir, all I can say is you are really getting in my space, like your wife come over and push up against me.
Why don't you back up?
No, I'm not going to back up.
Good.
You're the one got in my space.
You know
Look at
what?
this. Look at this guy.
Stop.
All right, go ahead. You listen, I don't want to beat an old guy up, so don't touch me, all right?
This guy could take you out in a heartbeat.
I bet he could. I'm not violent.
Why do you think it's okay to sell a gun to someone that you don't know that's not been through a background check?
Should we have a background check for bathtubs every time we take a bath?
We should have a background check for guns.
Should we have a background check for knives?
Well, what you're listening to is a confrontation in San Antonio, the open carry rally.
Have you read
This was Alex Jones and Anthony Gucciardi talking to the 2 or 3 people there that were for, I guess they were originally from the Million Mom March. They had to kind of scale it down since they couldn't get a million people. Yeah,
they were 2 out of 3 people that were there.
That's right.
Fortunately,
there were thousands of people there marching for open carry, and these people were probably a mile or 2 away. Took us a long time to find them.
Well, me and David actually embarked on a journey of our own in the beginning. While Alex was finishing up speaking there, we said, hey, you know what? Let's go find those million moms because we want to talk to them and do some video. We saw a few different people we thought were them, but they were running for cancer or something. There was like 20, 30 of them, and we couldn't find them. We kept saying, where are they? They said, well, they're like down there a mile or so. Eventually, we get there, and there's like 3 people in a bar tent drinking martinis or something with this huge banner, Moms Against Guns or whatever it is. And we ended up talking to them. And out of all the people, we talked to all these open carry people with huge, AR-15s and everything. They were really nice, excellent people. Out of all the people we talked to, the Moms Against Guns were the most violent.
Yes.
If you were able to watch the video online through Infowars.com/show, you would have seen that guy going up to Alex. He was like smacking his wife away and everything when she was trying to defuse the situation, trying to fight Alex. I talked to him a little bit as well and asked him if we should have background checks to purchase knives, and asked them why they wanted to ban weapons. They kept saying they didn't, when number 2 point on their little pamphlet is ban assault weapons.
Yeah. But they want to track the sale of ammunition and guns online. They want to have child-safe gun technology, and they want to require background checks for all gun and ammunition purchases. I mean, this is their agenda. They're really moms demanding confiscation, but it's just a handful of them. And the sad thing about it was that as angry as this man was and his wife, They were angry. Their daughter had been killed in a shooting incident, but they were blaming legal gun owners. And that was the point that Alex was trying to make to them, is that if your daughter was killed in an automobile accident, you wouldn't try to ban automobiles, would you? Or if they died in a bathtub, which is more likely. If you've got a bathtub in your home, you're much more likely to die there than you are to get shot. So should we ban all bathtubs or all cars? No, we try to take measures to treat people as if they're innocent until proven guilty in America. And we have some fundamental rights to protect ourselves. And just as we were talking about earlier in the last segment, we played the Detroit police chief, and there have been 3 incidents in Detroit where citizens have defended themselves, and he understands that calling 911 is not an option. You can call 911 and try to get these guys to catch the bad guys, but that isn't going to protect you in the meantime. And the police chief in Detroit understands that. These people don't.
Well, you know, it goes exactly, you did an excellent segue. We didn't even talk about this before, going into exactly what I wanted to talk about. To give you one example of this, and I want to get into the grand spectrum of it, and also later I want to reveal how I think they're going to attempt to disarm the Second Amendment, not through gun control, but through a new biotechnology option that will go into transhumanism and everything. But basically, for right now, for the softer end of this, I wanted to talk about what I called the Hollywood con that I mentioned earlier. And the gun control example is perfect fitting for this. Here's why. 980,000 or so, according to the Journal of Criminology, attacks, potential homicides are prevented with firearms, you know, legal firearms within the United States of America. Right. But then you ask someone, as I did one time on a video that went really big, I asked someone, how many people do you think die each year from assault weapons? You know, and he said, I think 30,000 people, he said. I think 30,000. Some people said, I think 90,000. It's you know, actually like 300 or something like that. It's very low. Actually, you know, knives kill more people. Bats and hammers kill more people. But then you ask, you know, why is there not major media attention on knives, hands and fists and everything like that going after them, or automobiles or pharmaceutical drugs, which kill like 700,000 people a year? Well, it's all because of this con system where it's not based on logic or statistic, but instead it's based on fear and emotion. And any successful politician throughout history, from Caesar to Obama, has utilized this technique in full force. And specifically, I'm talking about smart politicians using emotions to trump logic in every single case. Now, this can be done thanks to Hollywood. Hollywood reinforces this point. Now, specifically what I'm talking about is, take the Occupy movement, for example. No real goals, no real statistic behind what they're doing, no real logic. They're frustrated, they're scared, and they're overall just exuding elements of upset. You know, they're angry. And what were they trying to accomplish? Well, who really knows? They were just out there just protesting, and it wasn't a horrible thing. A lot of them were Obama fans. But then you have things like the gun control fanatics who obsess over media fear, who obsess over CNN telling them how bad assault weapons are. And how does that happen? Well, Obama goes on air, or Caesar at the time would go on air and say, you know, it doesn't matter the statistics, doesn't matter the reality. Someone killed a bunch of children today, or, you know, something happened with an assault weapon today. And even though it's an isolated, illogical incident that has no relevance to the overall hierarchy of real mathematics of what's going on when you consider how many thousands of people are saved, it does not matter. It's all based on fear and emotion.
And they do that by making a personal story out of it. They make it visceral, they make it emotional because they tell a personal story. It's like the express, I think it was Stalin that said, one death is a tragedy, a million is a statistic.
Yes.
If we throw statistics out there, it doesn't do anything to people. They very cleverly understand that they can use a story. They can get one person up and say, tell us your story about how you were shot at, or
of course,
somebody that you know that died.
And the show House of Cards does a great job with this. When Kevin Spacey goes up numerous times in the face of real scandal, in the face of real serious corruption and crime, and he starts crying and everything, and just tells this amazing speech and all is forgiven. That's how it really works in real life. But
or Nixon's Checkers speech.
Yeah,
my little dog Checkers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're desperately afraid of us. Why? Because we bring information to the centerfold, not logic or fear, just complete information. all the articles we're doing, all of this research is all linked up with all these sources and everything. It's all hard information. Someone can go in there and prove things. Someone can go in there and look at it. That's what Alex is doing here on a daily basis. That's what we're doing. We're showing the information as the center point, as the crux of all of it, instead of this fear and illogical madness. And Hollywood backs up the Hollywood con, because what they do is predictive programming, as we were talking about before. But specifically, Hollywood likes to paint everything as just this ride of emotion and fear and craziness instead of reality. It's just like the movie Contagion, or however you say it, where the one guy in the beginning, basically the idea is this mass flu breaks out and is killing everyone except for a few people that are resistant to this strain of the flu. But then there's this guy with horrible teeth, because he has to, he has to look evil, who presents himself, oh, natural medicine can help. Which actually it can. Over and over again, we find that natural medicine like garlic can wipe out superbugs.
Yes.
And he says, I can help you. And they all, are kind of resistant, but they believe him. And it makes it appear as if he's curing the flu throughout like the whole movie. But then at the very end, like the very last minute of the whole movie, when this guy is actually helping, it looks like he's helping people. At the very last minute, he's like, yeah, they didn't actually help. I just wanted money. And they put him in jail and give everyone a vaccine, and they're cured.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the insanity of it.
It's predictive programming. It's putting a template out there, and it is very, very powerful. Even the Batman movie, where they show a terrorist attack collapsing the football stadium, and the guy is running and everything is collapsing behind him. You see it collapsing, and you're wondering if it's going to suck him down. He doesn't see it. He's just running, and he stops and turns around. Now, that's a movie, but they put that out there. And then when people go to the NFL games and they get treated like slaves, have hands put all over them, tell them you can't bring in anything in here unless it's in a transparent little box, and they subconsciously, I think, will go back to that's right, yeah, something like that could happen. You know what I'm saying? It plants that into your subconscious, or even into your conscious. You consciously think about that. And it's very, very effective to do that.
It's multi-pronged. There's a web. Looking at South by Southwest, a lot of these people there. I was down in Austin actually talking to some of them today. A lot of them are literally conned by Hollywood, by the establishment, and they believe that they're going to South by Southwest, and if they pay $1,200 for a badge to go to some event function where corporations are trying to sell them the latest gadgets, that they're going to somehow become big and they're going to become celebrities. Or if they can go find out the place where Kevin Bacon went today, which is a huge thing everyone was talking about, and sit next to him and taking a picture with their iPhone or something, they could be cool and they could be in proximity to power, which leads them to believe that they have power.
Yeah.
And that is the whole delusion. The system deludes people so they don't actually have success, so they don't actually have inspiration and passion. And instead, they follow this Hollywood con, from worshiping Obama and believing that he's actually looking out for our best interest, to listening to the mainstream media, to trying to become the establishment and not realizing it's all a joke con game. You're not going to become some big celebrity by going to corporate functions and shelling out tons of dollars to go walk around and, celebrity hunt.
It's kind of like 6 Degrees of Separation with Kevin Bacon. Just buying a ticket and going to South by Southwest doesn't make you.
You are now associated with Kevin Bacon. You might as well be an A-list celebrity. But a lot of them, though, the good news is this is a message of victory. This is a message, a red alert success message to keep pushing on, because a lot of the people I did talk to,
hydrofluorosilicic acid, the most common form of fluoride not covered by other fluoride filter brands, and sodium hexafluorosilicate. Get your Pro Pure with the new Pro One filter today at InfoWarsStore.com or by calling 888-253-3139. The facts are in. The studies are legion. Sodium fluoride and other toxic members of the fluoride family are devastating the health and cognitive ability of the American people. So why are the social engineers adding it to the water? Simple. Dumb down the host population that the parasitic technocracy is feeding on. We may not have been able to get fluoride out of the water supply yet, but we can help to get it out of our bodies. I am extremely excited to announce the exclusive InfoWars Life Fluoride Shield formulation formulation, fusing 6 of the best documented ingredients from around the world to help the body remove not just toxic fluoride residues from the body, but a whole host of toxic substances. Let's take a stand against the globalists by blocking their poisons with Fluoride Shield. I use Fluoride Shield every day. Secure your Fluoride Shield and other pioneering formulations at InfoWarsLife.com today. Let's start cleansing our bodies now and support the InfoWar at the same time. That's InfoWarsLife.com.
Coast to coast, direct from Austin. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.